Okay, by now we have reached level 12 and we have chosen a high level apartment with briefing room. If I haven't gone over it before, once you reach level 12, you can purchase a high level apartment with briefing room so that you can participate in heists. The cheapest apartment that you can buy is Del Perro Apartment 7 in the
What you
western
need,
part
boss?
of the city.
Some wheels? I can bring them round.
So let's
It's
go over
coming
there
at ya.
and take a look. And another thing to keep in mind is we're going to go over the things that you need to participate in a heist. One of the first things you're going to want to pick up is a set of Heist heavy combat armor. Heist heavy combat armor can be purchased at any clothing store or most clothing stores. And once you purchase the clothing, you have to save the clothing into a slot. And then whenever a heist is initiated and you join, the host simply puts in player saved outfits, and then you simply bring up your heist heavy combat armor. The heist heavy combat armor should under no circumstances be underestimated.
You don't need me.
It does massively increase your ballistic protection. So outfits, scroll down to heist heavy combat, and there it is. You pick whichever one you want and you are good to go. And then you go over to hats and you see if you can pick up a bulletproof helmet, because bulletproof helmet, pick a color that you like, and then this will free you up from having the AI. The AI will no longer be able to do one-shot headshots on you. So after you have your chosen heavy combat armor, go over to the clerk here. Outfits saved. Click on that. On the lower right-hand side, you'll see Edit Saved Outfits. Click on that. And the first one you pick, and you overwrite it if that's what you've got, and pick a name. And now when you participate in the heist, if the host sets up for player saved outfits, you get to wear your advanced protection. One of the side effects of this heist heavy combat armor is it does slow you down. You can partially overcome that by simply jump running. Just keep jumping as you run, and that'll boost your speed a little bit, but it's guaranteed that you won't be able to move as fast as you would if you were wearing light clothing. But there's a trade-off in everything, but I consider it more than worth it, because in a heist, there aren't that many situations where you're going to have to be sprinting. So it's not something you really need to worry about. So let's go ahead over to our new apartment and take a look. Now, once you reach level 12 and you purchase the high-end apartment with briefing room, you will get communication from both Lester and Trevor offering you heists. Now, if you have a problem with this, if you're waiting for the contact to come from Lester or Trevor, simply log out of the game, completely close Grand Theft Auto 5, and come back in, and you should, it'll reset things, and you should be able to get the communication from Trevor and Lester. So here is your high-end apartment with a briefing room. Nothing really spectacular about it. The most important thing is this room right here, which is your briefing room. Now that you're level 12, you start your heists here. Press the E key. I have not spoken to Trevor or Lester yet, so I don't have any heists available to start up. But The first one is the Fleece Heist. I'm sure you can go onto YouTube and find plenty of information on the Fleece Heist. The Fleece Heist only requires 2 people, and this is good because trying to wrangle up 4 low-level players is probably not something that's going to be too enjoyable. So if you have one good friend on the Fleece Heist, what you can do is you can one person hosts the Fleece Heist, and then you swap over to the other person to host the Fleece Heist, and whoever has the least amount of money, that person can get 70% of the cut, while the other person gets 30%, and the person getting the 70% cut gets about $100,000 on hard. If you hustle it out, if you've got 2 or 3 good friends, you can probably make $1 million in a weekend just farming out the Fleece Heist. Other than that, there's really not much more to it. If I haven't gone over this before, now that you're level 12 and you will be participating in heists, you're going to be in free mode a lot. As a low-level player, you will be targeted by higher-level players. That's pretty much guaranteed. A way to get around this if you have a problem is, if I haven't discussed this before, go into passive mode. Bring up your interaction menu, scroll down into enable passive mode. You cannot use weapons, but then you cannot be attacked and killed by other players. When you want to come out of passive mode, simply interaction menu and then disable passive mode. Next we will be discussing vehicles, and I'm probably going to swap over to my other character to explain the Kuruma and the Insurgent. And that's it for now, so let's pause it out and pick it up in a minute. Okay, continuing our level 12 and above basic tutorial. The 2 vehicles that you should be primarily concerned with are the armored Kuruma and the Insurgent. The armored Kuruma should not be confused with the standard Kuruma. The armored Kuruma's primary characteristic is its heavy ballistic protection. This may not seem like a big deal to a low-level player, but essentially, when you're in the armored Kuruma, the AI is essentially unable to hit you with their bullets. And this is a great trait to have when you're facing multiple AI enemies. So let's go ahead. Another thing to be, one of the downsides of the Kuruma is you will not be able to throw grenades or sticky bombs out of the windows. As you can see here, there really isn't much room for dropping grenades or stickies. So you won't be able to throw any explosives, but you will be able to use your micro SMG. So let's go ahead out and take a look at the weaker points of the Kuruma. One of the weaker points of the Kuruma is it's a little top-heavy. It does classify as a sports car. It's fairly quick. It's not too bad. It handles reasonably well. Does terribly in the rain. Like I said, a little top-heavy, so it might be prone to rollovers at high-speed cornering. But the primary weakness of the Kuruma is its complete and utter lack of ballistic protection. Just the smallest of explosives, and you and all of everybody in the car are toast. That was just one grenade. That was not a sticky bomb or a grenade launcher or an RPG, all of which would have completely destroyed the Kuruma and everybody in it. Not sure I've gone over this before, but if you're in a free mode situation and you have one-hit stars, as you can see on the upper right, at level 20, what you can do is you can open up your phone, you can call Lester.
How can I be of service?
And you can have Lester remove your wanted level for $200.
I take it this isn't purely a social call. Of course not. You're in trouble and you need my help. No problem.
This works for all wanted levels from 1 all the way up to 5. Call Lester and he will deal with the situation.
Hey, how are you, baby?
So let's go ahead in and take a look at the Insurgent. Let's go ahead and call Moore's Mutual.
Hello, this is Morse
Replace
Mutual
the Karuma.
Insurance.
And off we go.
Sure.
Now the Insurgent is a heavy 4-person vehicle. It does have storage in the back, but you can't put people back there. The number one trait of the Insurgent is its extremely high ballistic and explosive protection. When you're in the Insurgent, explosives are pretty much a minor inconvenience. They're not really something you have to worry about. Unfortunately, the Insurgent does have a very broad weak point, a chink in its armor, and that is the front windshield is not ballistic glass, and you can very easily be shot from the front windshield by basically anything from a pistol to a minigun. Also, the Insurgent does have other windows all along the side and back, and none of the glass in these is bulletproof. So basically, you're a sitting target, not as much a sitting target, but you are vulnerable to small arms fire. But you are very well protected against RPGs, grenades, and sticky bombs, proximity. Very well protected against explosives. Now, my Insurgent has all possible upgrades, armor, etc. So it can take multiple explosives hits. This is helpful when you're in an area where a human pilot has a Savage or a Buzzard or a Hydra. So 4 RPGs to kill the Insurgent, minimally. So let's go ahead and call Moore's Mutual and get a replacement. Now, obviously, there are
Morse Mutual.
other
We're
vehicles.
here to help. I'll look into it.
But as far as I know, for the most part, other vehicles that you can buy, I believe there's a Dundreary SUV that has some ballistic protection or some explosive protection, but not to the point where the Insurgent has it. And ballistic protection, I don't know of any vehicle that is as bulletproof as the armored Karuma. As a low-level player, those are the 2 vehicles that you should focus on. The armored Karuma unlocks when you complete the Fleesa heist, and the Insurgent unlocks when you complete the Humane Labs raid heist. After you complete those 2, those vehicles are available to you. I believe the Karuma is 525,000 and the Insurgent is 625,000, somewhere along those lines. So if you need the money, make sure you go ahead and grind out the Fleesa heist with one of your friends over and over and over, and you should certainly have enough money to buy the armored Karuma in one day. So that is the basic introduction to vehicles, really nothing special about it. If you want a motorcycle, you can pick whichever one you want. If you want an off-road vehicle for whatever reason, but the Insurgent does very well off-road. As a low-level player, you can buy whatever vehicles you want, but as far as completing missions, be it heists, contact missions, free mode CEO missions, the Karuma and the Insurgent are the vehicles of choice, and they should be your first 2 choices as money becomes available. Any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them. After this, we're going to focus on improving your stats. So let's pause it here and pick it up again. Okay, welcome back to the level 12 and above tutorial. We're going to breeze through the skills increase through play. One of my favorite contact missions that you can use to do this is death metal. Press the escape key. Online. Jobs. Play job. Rockstar created. Missions. And then death metal. There it is right there. It's a level 6 mission. It is a mission, I think, by Gerald. And just go ahead and open that up. Start the job. Go solo, if possible. If not, restart the procedure. Set it for hard. And confirm settings. And turn off matchmaking. And then go ahead and play it. Are you sure you want to launch this job on your own? Yes. Now, the good thing about contact missions is, unlike free mode, criminal activity will not result in law enforcement coming to your area. You can basically do whatever you want, and nobody will bother you. By the way, we had discussed earlier picking up the Ocelot F620 in this parking lot of Del Perro Pier. This is the highest grade non-hot sports car that you can pick up, and it just so happened to be here when I started up. And there's another one right there. Might even be more of them. So what you want to do here, let's start at the top. Skills, stats, skills, stamina. Stamina increases simply by running. There's no other way to get around it. So you can do this in free mode. You can do this wherever you want. Doesn't really matter. But running is what will increase your stamina. This probably shouldn't take you too long to boost this up. The more you run, the higher it goes. The higher it goes, the longer you can run. Pretty simple. So that's basically not much need to go over that. Now the next stat you want to increase is shooting. Shooting can be done in early stages by going to the ammunition shooting range. I suppose I'll go over that later after this one. And then after that, skills, strength. The best way to increase strength is to simply start the death metal mission, come to the beach area where there's plenty of people, and simply go around and do a little dental work. For every person you punch, your strength increases, and like I said earlier, unlike free mode, you don't have to worry about the police coming to spoil the party.
Oh my god, yes!
The people will continue to respawn as you move through this. I am wearing a heavier suit of armor, so I don't know if it's really actually having an effect on my speed. Absolutely no shortage of people here up on the pier. And let's say you move from one end of the pier, the Ferris wheel here, all the way down to the bike rental area down by the marina. Just start working your way back, and there'll be plenty of people here for you.
That is messed up.
What's going on, my dude?
You fucker! I'm gonna kill you! Oh, you fucking loser! Oh, yes, Solomon?
What the fuck?
guy here does not want to die.
What?
And there he goes. So basically, just go ahead, walk up and down the beach here. And this will take you some time, but you will get your strength up.
You're going dead. Fucking crazy.
Now, moving on to the next. Stats. Skills. Stealth. How to increase your stealth. In order to increase your stealth, first you want to find people that are not in a cautious state or an alert state like these two guys. Just keep running until you find a person that's walking at a slightly medium to high speed, not these fat dudes. You want to find somebody that's walking at a good rate of speed. The walking speed of the AI people here is randomized, I believe. Probably not the fat chicks here, all three of them. More fat chicks, even more fat chicks. Now I'm running and my stealth has, or my stamina has run out. So basically if I keep running, my health will continue to fall. So I can't run anymore. But in order to increase stealth, let's just pick this girl right here. You need to be within a certain distance of a target, just like I am right now. And you need to crouch and then walk behind this person without putting them into a state of alert or having them run away. So you want to stay, you know, about 2 meters away, 6 feet away, and not get too close. And this is a very time-consuming process. This takes a very long period of time. One thing you can do is if you can get behind somebody and administer a stealth melee attack, punch them in the back of the head, that'll give your stealth a quick boost. But the problem is once you do that, the people around this person will alert, and then you got to go run around and find somebody else you can get behind. So it's better off to probably just stay behind one person and walk up and down the beach. Just follow this one person. I have to keep pressing the mouse and letting go because she's walking at a low rate of speed. So if you happen to run into somebody that's a little faster, by all means get behind that person too. This guy up ahead here, he seems to be walking at a good rate of speed. Obviously you don't want to get behind somebody that's walking so fast that you can't stay behind them. This girl seems to be walking pretty fast, so get behind her, get into position, crouch down. And she's actually walking too fast, so I'm going to go to first person mode, and that'll increase my walk rate a tiny bit. Let me go up a little bit.
Is that your friends all laughing in the back? Oh, fool, I am hanging up.
So, just walk behind this person. I do believe it goes by distance, not time. So if that's the case, then you should be fine. Ideally, you'll want to find somebody that walks as close to the speed that you are when you're stealth crouching. So that's stealth, not particularly complicated. This person, I don't believe, is in alert state. She's just a fast walker. So that'll cover that. Stats, skills, flying. That is done by, you can pick up an aircraft at the airport or up in Blaine County. The airfield's up there. But if you can get your hands on an aircraft, I do believe that flying is increased by distance, not time. So if you can get your hands on a jet and simply fly around, that'll increase it. Very slow, but flying is not an absolute critical skill. basically not much more to it than that. It's basically how much time you want to invest in it. And stats, skills, driving. I guess I will amend a clip to this of how to do the driving skill. And basically, the best way to increase driving is to get on a motorcycle, go up on the highway where there's a maximum amount of traffic. Be sure that you boost up your in your graphics. Make sure you boost up your population density and population variety. This way you'll have a maximum amount of cars and people and everything. Get on a motorcycle, go up to the highway, and drive against traffic for as long as you can. You're going to crash, you're going to get run over, you might even get killed, but eventually your driving skill will increase. And then I don't know of any other. I do believe that doing jumps will increase it as well, but I don't know if doing the same jump over and over and over again will actually increase it. So I will amend a video for that. And the last one is lung capacity. That's really simple. All you do is go down to the water, or find any water you can, a swimming pool, whatever. Go ahead in, and I don't even know what the key is for submerging, but I do have an Xbox 360 controller as well as my mouse, and just simply go down, watch on the lower left your lung capacity, and then once it starts getting low, you simply go up, get a little air, and jump right back down again. If you go too far out, you will be attacked by a shark. Not particularly complicated on this. It's basically, again, how much time do you want to put into it. Holding your breath does have some effect on the game if you're doing a heist that's near the water, near the docks, or whatever. That might be an issue, but it's not of critical importance, and it's very easy to increase. Just stay under the water, wait for your oxygen level to start flashing, come up and get some air, rinse, repeat. Not particularly complicated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause it, and I'm going to go specifically into shooting and driving, and possibly pick up an airplane, or show you where you can get an airplane, and then we'll pick it up again specifically. And also going to do or start up a survival mission that will help increase your shooting as fast as possible. So we'll pause it here and we'll pick it up again in a minute.